Welcome to Box Office Buddies, a podcast where we have a new friend on week after week after week and a new movie week after week after week. I'm Branden Dillard, and I'm joined today by one of the homies, one of the true buddies from sixth grade or so, Ryan Knutson. Ryan, will you tell all the buddies out there who you are, what you do, what makes Ryan Ryan?
I got you. Yeah, appreciate that. One of the OG buddies.
Yes, sir.
For sure. So yeah, Ryan Knutson. I'm currently a biology teacher at Yukon High School, and I coach baseball there, freshman baseball. So first year teaching, third year coaching. So getting into kind of my career, I'd say, kind of figuring things out, really enjoying it so far.
What do you enjoy most about coaching?
I'd say the impacts and the relationships you make with the kids,
Okay.
the players. Yeah. So this year being my first year teaching, I have a couple of players in class. And that's really cool. Just kind of see them on and off the field and being able to help them just because like baseball and coaching, you can teach them lessons there, but then also you can teach them lessons in the classroom, and they cross over, right?
Yeah.
They can apply them to both life in the classroom, baseball, all the above.
How were you in the classroom?
How am I? Back in the day.
Back in the day, how were you in the classroom?
I would say I was influenced by the wrong people. One of them being Branden Dillard. I think any class that we had together, I had probably a C or lower.
Yeah.
I didn't fail the class, but he would try to cheat off me. I don't know. He would cheat off me. He would distract me,
All right.
get me in trouble, lunch detentions.
Rewriting history.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. But no, I think I matured every 4 years. But I mean, some people figured out later than others.
Yeah.
But that's the biggest thing, just going through life, kind of maturing, learning from.
Yeah.
Like, freshman year, sophomore year, I was a little kid, but, I got to grow up. And then, obviously, if you get the opportunity to go to college, that's whenever it gets serious and stuff like that. So
That's good.
I was a good kid, though, for sure.
That's what's up. Well, today we are talking about a movie that kind of relates to what you do as a profession. And so you're a professional in this, I hope. And so hopefully you can shed some insight on the world of the Sandlot. That's what we're talking about today. And so my first question for you.
Hold on, bro. Before we get to questions, got to shout out my host, you know what I'm saying? Favorite candy, sweetest fish.
Thank you.
Go ahead and get you some. Crack those open for us.
On the mic.
Yeah. ASMR. Get closer, bro.
Thank you, bro.
What do they taste like?
Fish.
No, don't do that. What's the flavor of sweetest fish? We're trying to get sponsored. Sweetest fish. Sponsor my boy. What is this? Slurpee? Sponsor him. Let's go.
Right there for the ads.
That's got to be the thumbnail.
This segment brought to you by Swedish Fish and Slurpee.
This whole podcast. This whole episode.
This whole episode is sponsored by Swedish Fish.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, can we hop into the questions now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this isn't really a question. This is a challenge. We used to do, I would read off the premise, but now through some feedback, and I want you to explain the Sandlot to someone who has never seen it before. Like, what is the Sandlot about?
Okay. So the Sandlot, it's about this kid. It's the time period is about the 60s. This kid, he moves to the neighborhood, and basically a big thing in the 60s, right? Americana is baseball. It's probably at the height of its thing. Every kid played baseball. Every kid grew up wanting to play baseball. This kid moves to a new neighborhood in California, I'm pretty sure. He's never played baseball. He's not the best. He pulls up to the park where all the other kids are playing. There's 8 other kids. He's the 9th kid, right? And in baseball, you need 9 players to play. Okay, he's the 9th kid. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't have any friends, And then he eventually kind of gets, he makes his way in the group. The best player, Benny the Jet. Shout out Benny the Jet, man.
Yeah,
so inspirational.
We'll get to Benny the Jet.
He kind of takes him under his wing, looks out for him, and basically he becomes part of the friend group and has the summer of his life. It's the first summer into the new home, new neighborhood, and it's a journey. They go do a lot of fun things, and I would say that's about it. I don't want to spoil it because go see the movie.
I mean, if they haven't seen the movie already, I feel like they don't want to see the movie.
Yeah, I actually watched the movie with somebody last night with someone. It's their first time watching the movie.
Really?
So, but she enjoyed it though.
Are they here in this live studio audience?
They are. Can they get on it? No. Yeah, Bella, get over here, bro. No, I'm the guest. Bella, let's go. You have to say if it was good or not.
It was really good.
They can't hear you. Bella, let's go. All right, bro. She doesn't want to get on, bro. I'm getting swerved, bro. This is crazy. Wrap it up.
Man, this is an episode of first sponsorship, first live studio guest, and this is great. You might have to come on more often, Ryan.
You should have known. No. I saw how Uncle Ray was acting. I was like, all right, this is okay.
Yeah.
Mason was over playing cool, nonchalant. Come on. Like Justin about to act up. But Mason was too nonchalant with it.
They told us last night at bowling that Mason like lowered his voice in the episode. I don't know if you caught that or not.
Carl Anthony Towns. What are you doing? All right, bro. We've been here for 2 hours. We gotta lock in. This is on me, bro. We should have known.
Yeah. All right, man. With you, you remember when you first saw it, and like, how do you like going back in time? How'd you first discover the Sandlot?
Oh, I really don't know the first time I saw it. I would say it was probably on TV, and I just watched it. But growing up, I played sports, baseball being probably one of my favorite sports.
Is that why you're wearing a Thunder shirt right now?
No, you want to get into that, or can I answer the question? Because hey, don't get me sidetracked. March 1st. Never mind. I'm gonna answer the question, then we can get into it. Baseball. It's probably on TV somewhere, and I was just like, oh, I like it. Like kids playing baseball. Like grew up. Like this is like what you do. You watch sports movies whenever you like sports. Yeah. And I found that one. I always liked it. I mean, we'll get deeper into the movie, but like you can resonate with different characters. Yeah. And stuff like that. Thunder shirt though, big Thunder fan. This is I projected it since the beginning of the year, but we were in the championship. And if you see, this is vintage 2012 finals. Yeah. T-shirt. This is not a reprint or anything like that. No Mitchell and Ness. This is Adidas from 2012. Mint condition. Yeah. But yeah, I'm planning on getting another one.
What was your projection last year for the Thunder?
I said if we made it to the Western Conference, we did good.
But we didn't.
Yeah.
So would you call it a season a failure?
No, because I think our ceiling was the Western Conference. I didn't expect to get to the finals. Yeah. But I mean, you saw PJ Washington, how he went.
Bad man.
Yeah, it's a new team though. Yeah. Different.
Yeah, Chet got hurt last night.
I'm not worried.
All right.
Playoffs don't start till another month and a half, 2 months? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, so man, why is this your favorite movie?
It's my favorite movie because, like I kind of mentioned, I feel like I can resonate with different characters. In different points in your life, you can see yourself in different characters. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing. I think also, hopefully, like whenever you watch it, you can find yourself in a character. And I think anytime you can do that in a movie, it hits the spot for me. Yeah. You know, I really like comedies. There's a couple comedy lines. There's a couple like iconic lines or whatnot. So that checks that box. But I think it's just something like a relatable movie. Yeah. And stuff like that.
Yeah. So recently we've been kind of trying to ask the question, would you say this movie, kind of going based off what you're saying, would you say this movie is more plot-centric, where the focus is mainly on just the story, how the story progresses, all these things? Or would you say it's more character-centric, where we're just like, you know, you got Smalls, you got Benny the Jet, and we're just focusing on these people and how they develop and grow? Or is it a little bit of both?
I would say it's a good mix between both. That's a little above my movie knowledge. Come on, you get that movieology over here, bro.
You don't listen to enough of the podcast, I guess, man.
I do, but like, I don't know. I would say it's probably character centric. You have your main character, Smalls, but it's the group. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Squints, the Beast, Hambino. Mm-hmm. Now that you forgot a couple,
Timmy, Tommy.
Yeah, the brothers, and then you got the pitcher. Yeah. Little Dillard.
Come on, man. That's not cool.
But yeah, it's about the group. Yeah. And I mean, you talked about why I like it so much. I think growing up, everybody had or most people, if you were lucky enough, which I was, and you were too, right? A lot of your friends you grew up with, you have that neighborhood group. Mm-hmm. And that's why that's ground zero. Yeah. As far as like your friends and like the adventures you get into. Yeah. And like that movie, that's what they're doing. Yeah. That's a neighborhood group just kicking it, summer, making the most of it. Like, you know, I'm not trying to get all sad in here, but like we don't get those times back. Yeah. Like those days are kind of gone. And like a lot of times whenever you're with those group of friends, like you reminisce on those days. Yeah. Like, yes, you'll talk about what's going on now, but it's more like, man, you remember when. Yeah. And stuff. So I think that stuff's like really cool. Yeah. And it's like, don't forget those days.
Yeah, no, we'll for sure circle back around to that and hopefully bring out some tears.
Well, hold on now.
But before we like really just deep dive into the movie, well, how would you respond to someone who says this isn't even the best Sandlot movie made?
Yes. How many is there? 3?
Just 3.
Yeah. I maybe seen the second one and the third one like once.
Yeah.
My thing, it comes down to the characters and actors because I don't think it's the same actors in all of them. Is it? I haven't seen the second one.
I think the one I remember watching, the third one, Heading Home, Squints was an adult.
Really?
And he's the coach, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there's no coaches in the first one, so get them out of here. It's about kids.
Aren't you a coach?
I am, but let the kids play. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I haven't seen, I guess, the second and third one enough to know to respond to that. But it's like, it's the first one, so like you can't. It's hard to beat like the first of a lot of movie series, trilogies, whatnot.
Yeah. Unless you're the Dark Knight.
Yeah. That's the middle one's the best one with the Joker. Is that Dark Knight Rises?
That's Dark Knight.
That's Dark Knight itself. I thought it was the Dark Knight trilogy.
No, it's the Batman trilogy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Dark Knight's one. That's up there.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the plot, the story element of it. What do you think The Sandlot, not really speaking about the characters per se, but like, what does the story do well? Are there slow moments? Is it an engaging story? How do you think? What do you think about the plot of Sandlot?
I think the plot's good. Like, for me, it's like the chronological aspect. It sits with me well because it makes sense. Like, right, he gets there. They're just going throughout the summer. Yeah. Yes, at the very end, I guess we're throwing spoilers. They like fast forward to where like Benny's in the league and Smalls is like the play-by-play guy, which is cool. Yeah. But yeah, I think the plot's like pretty good. It's just like it's cool that's over a holiday because every like 4th of July, big holiday, and like that adds a little different aspect of the movie. He's talking about it's the only time they play at night. That's cool. Yeah. But as far as the plot goes, like it's smooth, I guess. I don't know. Like it's no like I never felt like I questioned like, well, why are they doing this? Like it all just kind of adds up. To me.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, I would say. And I think that's why I would kind of lean more towards, that character centric because like the story doesn't make you think a ton. But I do like at the very beginning, they kind of set it up well where it's like, hey, like it's talking about this pickle, that like the situation that he was in and this summer. And that's kind of how the movie starts and ends with him and like the Beast and the whole pickle situation. And in a lot of ways, like there's the actual pickle of like, oh man, like I'm trying to outrun this person. But then also I would say Smalls himself is in a pickle the entire movie.
For sure.
Either trying to make friends, trying to connect with Bill, or trying to get Bill's ball back. And so just that it's just like it's a movie about being in a hard situation and like relying on your friends to get you out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
And so
or just like a movie about like growing up.
Yeah.
Because I think in the movie they're like in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Is it something like that?
Fifth grade.
Fifth grade, yeah. Even though the actor's like older.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's one thing I like about it. It's like a grown up piece.
Yeah.
It's about like experiences that once you're older, like, oh yeah, like I grew up. So like you kind of feel it a little more.
Yeah. Yeah. Favorite scene?
Favorite scene? Depends on like what mood I'm in. Because I mean, the Wendy Peppercorn scene where Squints is doing his thing, that's like a funny scene.
Yeah.
That's like iconic.
Yeah.
But then if I'm like in like baseball mode or whatnot, there's some good plays as far as like, I like whenever Benny hits the ball like into his glove and like makes him feel good.
Yeah.
Even though like Smalls is like, oh, I caught it. Like Benny's like, I'll do the rest. I'm like, oh, that's so much aura.
Yeah.
He was aura farming.
I'm sure they didn't even know what that word was back in the 90s.
He invented it. But yeah, I don't really have a favorite scene. I like the whole movie.
Yeah. No,
I mean, there's like so many iconic lines like that you're killing me, Smalls, or like whatever he doesn't know who Babe Ruth is and like they're just killing him.
Yeah.
Or whenever he's like introducing him to the gang.
Yeah.
They like say his name and then they'll spit on the ground.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Like it's just like little, I mean, yeah, it's like little kid stuff, but I think it's kind of funny. Like,
yeah.
No, but yeah, to answer your question, no like one scene.
Yeah. I think for me, I should have wrote this down. I mean, I feel like the the swimming pool scene is obviously iconic.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, honestly, I would say the last scene of the movie when it fast forwards, but it jumps back to the present time, and you see that Benny is in the league and Smalls is play-by-play, and they kind of have that just interaction at the end of like he just won this game. I don't know if it was the World Series or not. I don't know. They didn't really kind of say it, but like it was obviously a big game, and he won it for him, and like the crowd's going crazy, his team's going crazy, and he like stops and he looks up to the press box and they like give each other a thumbs up, and it just felt like really cool, and it's like in some ways just thinking right now like, man, how many friends, or if we want, how many buddies from, you know, 6th grade can you jump into time with, and you know, like, oh yeah, no matter what situation, no matter where we end up, like they're gonna be there, and like we're always gonna be friends,
Right.
And so I thought that was really cool, seeing, because it really is just about. I know it's about like the group, but it's about them too.
Yeah, for sure.
So, speaking of pickles, man, what's the biggest pickle you've been in?
Biggest pickle I've been in?
Yeah.
I don't like. Can you get more like more in depth? Just a pickle in general?
Yeah.
Man, life is
figure it out.
Life is a pickle. You know what I'm saying? But like for like an instance, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Maybe whenever I was like going into college, like what I wanted to do with life, as far as like, I mean, it's like what's my next step? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I try to think I like plan everything out. I don't really know, or I just kind of like a little wishful thinking, like it's gonna work out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think, or like not wishful thinking, but like just like having that trust in life that like everything's gonna work out. But like growing up, man, you used to get me in pickles. What are you talking about? Miss Kincaid Spanish class? Every day was a pickle.
I didn't get you on pickles, bro.
Had
your mom texting me saying, "Hey, you remember that?"
All right, bro. We doing that. This is about the Sandlot. But no, for real. Yeah, like life's a pickle. Like every, you know what I'm saying? You never know where life's gonna take you.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, but yeah. We're not gonna get into pickles, bro, because you want to act up.
No, I mean, in all seriousness, like I do think that like if we learn we'll get to this later, but if we learn anything from the Sandlot, I think it's the importance of having like a group of friends, you know, who can like. I also another really cool scene when they all figured out that it was the ball was signed by Babe Ruth and that it was his stepdad's. Like they did everything they could like together to figure out like how are we getting this ball back, and there are probably 7 or 8 things they tried to do those scenes, and like it just goes to show like, you know, at the beginning of the movie they hated this guy. They're like, man, this guy's a waste of space, waste of time. Why is he even here, Benny? But now they're like, all right, like I'm willing to die in a way. Like I'm willing to go face to face.
They're gonna hop the fence. They hop in the fence for him.
Yeah, and so like, man, I would say for anyone who's in a pickle right now, hopefully you have friends. If you don't, then you're stuck.
Yeah, for sure.
So would you say that this played a role in your baseball journey at all?
No, not really. I wouldn't say it did.
Yeah.
But yeah, you hit on it the best as far as like the friend group. And that's why I like the movie so much, because I think friends, having like a group of people, supporters, people who tell you the truth, all that different stuff is super important. Because you can't do this on your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's like one thing I liked about the movie. But no, it didn't really do anything for me baseball wise.
Really?
Yeah. No, I mean, a lot of my friends I met through baseball. I really met like, I would say like 90% of my friends through sports.
Yeah.
I guess we're going to get sidetracked again, but you know, I met you through JV basketball, I gotta say, but we played JV basketball together.
I didn't play JV basketball.
Mason, he was out there too.
I didn't play JV.
Shout out Mason, man. That's the cameraman. He was on a couple episodes back. If you really are a real fan, you would know this.
A real buddy.
Yeah, but we played JV basketball together, man. Shout out Coach Banks. Shout out. Hey, Chris, gotta get out here too. Shout out Coach Dinker. Man, they had us working, but that's how I feel like we kind of met. Like we knew each other in school, but like we'd be in practice, cutting it up, man. I remember doing the down and backs, doing push-ups or something. But yeah, just in general, this is more about me, which I don't really try to get in me.
That's about you, man.
Yeah, but I met a lot of my friends through sports, and I feel like if you played sports, that's where you met a lot of your friends.
Yeah.
And so like the Sandlot, they're playing baseball together, even though it's not organized or anything like that. It's just like the coming up in sports and like meeting people through sports. I don't know. Me personally, I don't know any different.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. All right, put you on the hot seat real quick. Did you meet better friends through baseball or through basketball?
Dang. It's 50-50. I can't do that. It's 50-50. I met him through pickleball, actually. Bowling. No, I would say it's two different friend groups. They both provide everything that I need, if you know what I mean. I think I have great friends. I know I have great friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think baseball, I spent more time with them.
Yeah.
Because like I had them in high school, and like that was a class. Like we lifted weights during the day and then after practice. But like none of them are like above the others. You know what I mean? I try to keep everything on the even playing field. But it's definitely two different groups, but
yeah.
I know like they're solid regardless.
I hear it. Just say he's too scared to pick, bro.
No, I'm not doing that.
You ain't gotta go into detail about 50-50.
I'm not doing all that, man. You trying to get spicy.
Just trying to say, bro. All right. So let's move into, I feel like, the heartbeat of all movies, but more specifically this movie. Let's talk about the characters. Let's just go through. We can go through the 9 and we can add a couple, but like, man, what role does each character play? What do they bring to the movie? And we can start with Benny the Jet. Let's start with Smalls. What do we know about Smalls? How does Smalls develop and grow?
She basically just quizzing me on the movie, bro. I should have brought my notes. This is crazy. So Smalls, all right, he's like the new kid. That's another thing, is I feel like everybody's been in a situation where they're the newbie or they're the unexperienced, they're the shy kid. And that's kind of what he is, right? In the beginning, right? He's the new kid. He's not good at baseball. He doesn't even know how to play, but he's willing to give it a chance, right? He wants friends. He wants to be included. And so like, props to him for putting himself out there, right? And that's like a note you can take from him is like, hell, throw yourself out there. You know what I mean? Like, be willing to try new things.
Yeah.
I forgot the question. I was getting philosophical. My fault. What the question dealt with?
How does he develop? How does he grow? What do we see
so like
Smalls?
he was that kid in the beginning. He's a new kid, and then he gets accepted, and then he just like he starts like to find his place. I would say, and they talk about how like later in the movie everybody moves away.
Yeah, that was kind of hard.
That's like that's a tough part, and that's like another thing about the movie I like is because that's how like life is. Like people come and go. But then again, like him and Benny, they stayed together. Yeah. And that's like maybe you see like his kind of character development is like him and Benny always like remain friends. Yeah. And that's how maybe it's like it was meant to be. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's talk about Benny. Man, Benny's the GOAT.
Yeah, not many fictional characters do like Benny, bro.
Well, you see, actually, let's just...
I heard Wendy Peppercorn wanted him. But he said no. That's what I heard.
Well, man, have you ever heard of Adam Banks? You know who that is?
No.
I see you haven't seen the Mighty Ducks.
No, that's the jersey. That's the sweater you keep wearing every episode.
Yeah, I got caught.
Yeah.
You're right. All right.
4K.
But I threw a jersey. I threw this one on for you.
Yeah, I got the Miami Marlins. Giancarlo Stanton. Yeah, I remember that from back in the day.
Yeah,
it looks nice, bro.
All right, well, that just forget
he plays
that.
for the Yankees now, but
yeah, I understand. Just a high school jersey. Memories.
Man.
Anyways, bro. So you don't know. So would you say that Benny the Jet's probably the greatest fictional sport player out there? You know, you got like Mike.
Yeah, he's up there. I mean, we could go like a top 5. Like
Airbud.
All right, he's a dog, bro. Get him at. I'm going Beast over Airbud. Right, Airbud, right now. Who's winning?
Airbud.
In what?
Basketball.
But whenever it comes down to it.
Comes down to what?
Time to eat.
the Beast.
Whose fence are you hopping over? Airbud first or the Beast?
Airbuds.
You're not hopping over the fence. Oh, yeah, I'm saying you're ducking smoke on Beast.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. You got Karate Kid.
All right, bro. You getting sports. Karate's okay, I guess. But like, I mean, Jackie Moon.
Yeah.
Like fictional characters. I don't know. I should have came more prepared.
Yeah. To
be honest. I mean the Monstars.
Yeah.
They used to get busy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really think of any. The Benchwarmers, they all sucked.
Yeah. Waterboy.
he's okay. He could do he could tackle.
Yeah.
Trying to think, what else? You got any other fictional?
I mean, I got to tell you, I don't want to overwhelm you, though.
No, keep it coming.
Billy Madison?
Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking of Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Stump the chump. Stump the chump.
Oh, man, let me stop.
Yeah, let's go. Next question.
Let's move on.
Next question.
But you would say he's like in your Mount Rushmore of like.
Yeah, he is. And it's more a lot. I guess he has the talent, but it's like he's a good dude.
Yeah. It's
yeah,
hard to have both.
Yeah, right. And that's where like, he's a complete package. Pause.
Yeah. Bro.
Next question.
All right, man. All right. We got Ham.
Hambino,
The great Hambino.
the catcher turned WWE.
Man, I can't stand that dude. I'm gonna be honest with you.
But I think it's another thing I love about the movie is like every friend group has one of those. Every friend group has a Benny. Every friend group has a Smalls. Every friend group has a Squints. Every friend group has a Hambino. You know what I mean? Those are like your core group. Yeah, he likes to talk a lot. He's a goofball. Squints likes to talk a lot too. Squints is just bold for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hambino, he's a talker, but
Yeah. Typical. Would you say so this is baseball inside. Are the biggest trash talkers on the team catchers usually?
oh, they can be because they're the closest. They interact with the other team probably the most.
Yeah.
Really, everybody's different. The shortstop a lot of times can talk a lot of trash just because shortstop's usually one of the better players, not always the best player, but they're up there for sure.
Yeah.
And then like in movies, the shortstop's always the good player, best player a lot of times or whatnot. And so they kind of have this presence about them. Like all good shortstops have a presence about them. Really, all good players in any sport have a presence about them.
Yeah. You ain't got to tell me.
Right. Defensive menace. JV Gray, bro. But yeah, I would say, catchers, shortstops, and probably like first baseman, the ones who can interact with the other team the most.
Okay.
So
guys in the outfield. have
outfield,
nothing to
no,
say.
you're just, not much going on.
They can talk to the fans. I've seen that before.
Yeah, and then like the pros and stuff.
Yeah.
That's probably where you'll see a lot more interaction is the outfielders with the fans.
Yeah.
For good and bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's obviously a lot of characters. One I do want to talk about in particular, though, is Bill, his stepdad. What do you think about kind of Bill as a whole? Because in my notes, I put down Bill is the worst. Like, this guy is a chump, don't like him, but what would you say?
Yeah, I think Bill, he's in a tough spot for the movie people, or the people who haven't seen the movie. Bill's the stepdad, which that's a whole dilemma in itself, right? It's a pickle, really, that you talked about earlier. And Bill's just not invested into Smalls. I think that's what it comes down to. It's like, if you're a dad, like, invest in your kids, and they'll invest back, and like you'll get whatever you invest into your kid, like you'll get it back.
Yeah.
And he's not willing to do that. He's busy doing his own thing.
Yeah.
But like the mom kind of steps in, helps him out. That's big time. But yeah, no, he's sucking as the stepdad. He hasn't really figured it out.
Yeah. He's not the dad he hasn't stepped up yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He may be there, but he hasn't taken that step.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think the people who like write the movie or whatnot, they do that for a reason, to kind of like show maybe like the importance that adults, the important role that adults play in kids' lives.
Yeah.
And like how much like as an adult you might not know, but like the kids, like they need you.
Yeah.
Type stuff. And like, I mean, I feel like that sometimes whenever I'm teaching, right, since this is about me.
Yeah, it's about you.
You know what I mean? It's easy to be like, oh, these kids don't care about their teachers, but like they need you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But
earlier you said forget the coaches. Like,
well, coaches and teachers, this is different.
They're adults though.
Yeah, I mean, I think kids need adults in their life to like teach them lessons. But I'm talking for like the movie.
Yeah.
Like there was no coaches in the movie, which was good because it was authentic. Like just the kids playing to play.
Yeah.
Sometimes coaches can get in the way. Like Coach Banks, man. He
Come
didn't
on,
want to. He didn't want to start me at point
We're
guard.
not shooting shots, man.
I'm Steph Curry. He didn't want to start me. Coach Dinker was telling me to pass the ball. No dink dink.
Come on. I'm sorry, Tom, if you see this, man.
Oh, he watches?
He might.
Dang, call him Tom over Coach Banks. I didn't even know his first. I know him as Coach Banks. He was a great coach,
No,
though.
I'm talking about Tom Dinker.
Oh, Dinker. Yeah, if Dinker watch it, get him on. It would be a movie. Anyways, you get me sidetracked. No, because in the movie, I liked it where there was no coaches because it was authentic.
Yeah.
And like in the 60s, everybody played baseball, right? Growing up, we all played basketball.
Yeah.
But like the best times of basketball really were in the driveway with your neighborhood friends.
Yeah. I used to kill Mason. Like,
you would lower to like 7 foot and just body Zion.
Yeah, I'm all
baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like the modern equivalence of the Sandlot playing, baseball in like a park or whatnot is us playing basketball in the driveway.
Yeah.
And stuff. And I think those are some of the best memories.
So what do you think's next? If baseball was the 60s, basketball's been kind of the present day. What do you see coming for this next generation of kids? What are they playing? Recreational, driveway, having fun?
Unfortunately, I think it's a lot of indoor, like electronic stuff. Like we know, like electronics is taking over. We played video games growing up, but it's even more taking over. But I still think the basketball in the front driveway is still around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't have kids or anything, so like whenever I have kids, maybe I'll like be more tapped into like what the kids are doing. But like I know like what's that thing where like spike ball is kind of popular.
Yeah.
But I don't see people linking up playing spike ball like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is a new one really. I mean, pickleball's been taken off, but you have to have the racket.
Yeah.
But the best thing
it's
about
a paddle.
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah, I know.
You can't beat me in pickleball though, so we're not going there. Right. But you watch the movie, right? The best thing about it is they play with one ball, one bat. Everybody had a glove. So all you had to do was really bring your own glove. Mm-hmm. Basketball, in the neighborhood, you just had that one ball. Yeah. Yes, like some kid might have a better like basketball than you, but like the equipment's not needed.
Yeah.
Right. Where I feel like nowadays, like if you want to do like an organized sport or something, equipment is like so necessity.
I guess the only other thing would maybe be football. Like if you just found the field and you just need one football.
Yeah.
Just line up.
You're playing touch football. Yeah. That used to be, we used to do that too. Front yards.
Yeah.
If they're like big enough.
Yeah.
Running some routes, some one-on-ones. Speaking of football, you used to play football. Hold on. Didn't you set like the single season Santa Fe record for receptions and yards?
Come on, bro. We're not going to lie.
I saw your name in the record.
We're not going to lie to the people.
In the field house. No.
I played football.
You don't want to tell the fans about football.
I was a captain for a season.
Y'all know Prime Antonio Brown?
I caught a touchdown.
That's him. Prime Antonio Brown right there.
Yeah. Anyways, next question, man. I'm put you on the hot seat again, but I don't think I'll answer it. Who were your 8 Sandlot friends? You had to pick 8 people.
Bro, this is oh my gosh, bro, don't do me.
It's right here in the notes, bro.
I can't do that.
Who are your 8?
That's too much, bro. I don't know. I'll keep it simple. I have 4 friends from my basketball days and 4 friends from my baseball days. That makes my 8. No names. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry.
Bro, you're soft.
I am soft. I'm weird about that. I'm for real. Like if you ask any of my friends, my parents, my brothers, whatever, if like I had a true best friend, the answer would be no, because like I really try to keep everybody equal.
Yeah.
Like that's super important to me. Yes, some friends are more active or more, I see them more often, but just because I see more often doesn't make you a better friend than somebody who I grew up with or somebody that I have a like closer connection with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't do rankings as far as the friends group.
Jeez, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have that's a hard question. You said you wouldn't even answer yourself.
Probably wouldn't.
Yeah, it's a hard question.
Probably wouldn't.
But they know who they are, and that's what matters at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
All 8 of them know who they are.
I got more than 8 friends, bro. He's trying to act like I got a PlayStation party with 20 people, bro. Don't do me.
Yeah. All right. Maybe you can answer this. Going back to the plot, it's a movie that's set around just summer and friends, and so you don't have to say any names because I know you're sensitive about that. But what is the best summer that you have had with the homies? If you can remember one.
The best summer?
Yeah.
Ooh. So in high school, with my baseball friends, we used to play baseball over the summers.
Oh, yeah.
With like Santa Fe, the school.
Mm-hmm.
That was always really fun. But then like growing up, I had a neighborhood group, which they all moved out.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were a couple years older. So I have 2 older brothers, and they were like their friends. It's before everybody could drive, right?
Yeah.
That's like the perfect summer, right? In the movie, they're 5th grade, nobody drives.
Yeah.
I had a bike gang. Like we had the bikes.
I had a bike gang too.
I know. You had a pretty good friend group growing up. Y'all lived in that little area.
Yeah.
I remember going to your house growing up. But no, so we all used to hop on the bikes and just ride around the neighborhood. We had a couple ramps.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like ramp with our bikes. That was for like, they're like 2 different summers, if that makes sense. Like, but I would say the ones were like my original neighborhood friends. Those were like the days where like, man, like those were like some of the better days.
Yeah.
Really fun. We had a neighborhood pool. We didn't really go that much. But yeah, just riding around on the bike, playing. Like we used to be able to do 5-on-5 in the driveway, playing basketball. I don't know. Like nobody had watches. Nobody really had phones.
Yeah.
I don't know what time it was. We might have been playing from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. I don't know. You know.
Yeah.
Sitting on the electrical box, all those things. Like sitting on top of the mailbox, chilling, not wanting to be the first one to say, "Hey, I gotta go home." That's what it was about. Like in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because if like you were the first one who had to go home, like you knew like you started the domino.
Yeah. Last night I was the guy who said, "Hey, I gotta go home."
Dang.
I know it was tough.
Yeah. See, and those lessons you learn from growing up still apply today. Yeah. Don't want to be the first. Gotta go. It's okay to be second.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no one really wants to be the first one to be like, "Yeah, I gotta go home," or "Yeah, I gotta go to dinner."
Even at sleepovers, like I don't want to be the first guy to fall asleep.
Why is that?
You never know.
It's like it's a competition or
No,
something.
I mean you just don't know what they're gonna do to you.
Oh, see, my friends don't do that stuff. I don't know.
You check out the wrong friends, I guess.
Sounds to me, I don't know. Your friend group might. I don't know if I want to see a sleepover at 25. Whoa, we just hanging out.
All right, I mean, actually, I would say probably my best summer. If I can answer this, you cool with that?
Yeah, no, I love you answering the questions.
Thanks, bro.
So I can make fun of you.
I would say I feel like summer of 2016 just hit different. I know we could drive.
Hey, get him out of here, bro. This dude is basic. So basic, bro. Come on. He was probably Drake, Uzi, Cut, 21, broccoli, spamming broccoli the whole time.
Bro, that was a summer. That was a good one. I also remember just summers where we didn't do this as much probably maybe we did it a couple times in high school, but sometimes we would just play the game from like all day. And we would probably start like play PlayStation, start maybe around like 11 a.m. And like we would play until like, 2 a.m. And like we just wouldn't turn off the game. We would always have it on. We would always be in the party. Like, oh, I'm about to go get some food. Like I'd bring it back, eat on the mic. Some people didn't like that, but and yeah, we just got to like, we're playing GTA racing. We're playing All-Star Team Up on 2K, and we're just hanging out till 2 a.m. and then like you fall asleep and you wake back up and you just turn back on the game. Like those are some fun summer days. I think summer stopped being fun whenever Summer Pride came. That was when I was
had to work out.
That's when I was checked out.
You was falling asleep in the PlayStation party.
Sometimes.
Come on, man. Just turn it off, bro. You're not that dedicated.
Sometimes.
But yeah, no, I agree. And like that's what we're talking about. Like, what's the equivalent to the modern day Sandlot?
Yeah,
it's like playing on the PlayStation. It's like they had nothing else to do. It's the '60s, right? They just had to link up and go play.
Yeah,
and yeah, there's so many different like ways of doing that with your friends. But that's like those are the memories that kind of whenever you watch the movie, I think those are the memories that you kind of find yourself like thinking back on.
Yeah, yeah. So how do you like? Obviously, like we're in our 20s now, full-time jobs. Like, how do you get back to the Sandlot?
Oh, that's a great question.
Thanks, bro. I do this for a living.
Did you write that one down or it was on the fly?
That's right here, bro.
That's good. That's authentic, bro. That's content. A real content creator. How do I get back to the Sandlot? Yeah, I really like that. I mean, now you have to like really make time for the people since we're all busy for the most part. But then again, remember, nobody's too busy for you. You know what I mean? Like nobody's that busy. And if they are, they're lying.
Yeah.
But I would say just finding things that like you like. My friends do like poker nights. Shout out
You
Uncle
gamble?
Ray. Hold on, we ain't get into that, bro. we do tap into the casinos every once in a while. But how do we get back to the Sandlot? I don't know. I honestly think there's a part of it where it's like there's really no truly getting back to the Sandlot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because as you see in the Sandlot, everybody moves away.
Yeah.
So the Sandlot might not be the same 8, 9 guys. It might be 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We still get on the game.
Yeah.
For sure, 2K.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess like playing video games and just meeting each other. Like also another thing, I think whenever you get older, like we're a little more grown, really just spending like time with your friends. Like, hey, you want to go out to eat? You want to go bowling? Like those things.
Yeah.
That's like getting back to the Sandlot.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be a whole big celebration every time or like just like seeing each other, catching up.
Yeah, because we're not getting on bikes anymore.
I mean, if I need to.
we're not going to Matt Bruner's house and playing basketball or Camden Gibson's house, you know, like
Caleb Carter used to have a nice pad.
he did.
I remember going over there a couple of times.
Yeah. And so it's like, yeah, that's not realistic. But yeah, just the PlayStation parties, the bowling outings, the eats, the podcast, you know.
You want to support your friends, whatever they're doing. Like I know you tap in every Sunday once in a while.
Yeah.
I know a couple of your friends have gone to that. Like little things like that.
Yeah.
That's the Sandlot to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's just like we saw at the end of the movie, like Benny and Smalls, like together, but not, you know, like Smalls doesn't play for the Dodgers, but he's able to participate in some way and support him and vice versa.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so man, we can put these two questions together. As you watch this now, man, what emotions does this movie bring up? And like a part of that, like what are the underlining, you know, themes and meanings of the movie? We kind of already hit on it a little bit, but yeah, as you watch it again and watch it back, like, man, what do you feel? And like, what do you think it's trying to say?
Yeah, I actually watched it last night, so it was a little fresh. I'd say what I feel is just like, I would say thankful for like my childhood, as far as like, dang, like I had a pretty good childhood because like some of the scenes in the movie per se or like themes of the movie, like I can connect with, like having a group of friends, playing sports, having those fun times. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think that's what childhood is about. And also maturing as you grow older and like developing as a person.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I think about whenever I watch the movie now. And then, like I wait for the iconic lines, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then what was that second question?
Any underlining meanings, underlining themes in the movie?
Overall, I don't know. It's just like a coming of age movie for Smalls. Yeah. That's how I look at it. Mm-hmm. I think like the director like wants you to put yourself into Smalls. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like see his growth. Yeah. As a person.
Yeah. That's good. Why not Benny?
Why not Benny? Because we can't be Benny. We can't. Nobody can be Benny.
You can't be Benny.
I can't be Benny. I'll be honest. I can't be. I wish.
Hey.
If I could be Benny, I don't know if I would be here right now. So I think it's a good thing I'm not Benny.
I know some Bennies.
There's only one Benny. You know some Bennies.
I know some Bennies.
No, you don't.
All right.
And not in real life, but Benny's who's a Benny?
We don't say names on this podcast, I guess.
We should keep it that way, but I don't know. I think it's a good thing I'm not a Benny, bro, because some of us wouldn't know how to act with that much aura. All right. Yourself included.
Man, I watched this movie yesterday morning, and you know, I think it's funny because we go check out episode 2. We did Rounders, which is in a way a sports movie.
Well, Uncle Ray?
Yeah. It's all about gambling, you know, and poker and kind of that entire world.
I remember beating him in Uno.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Hey, where were you when you did that?
What?
When you played Uncle Ray in Uno?
Man, hey, you spicy, bro. You are spicy. We was
sorry. No, I remember. I'm going there. I remember watching it yesterday. And
no, I'm going there, bro. I'm going there. We were
chill out.
We were
chill out.
What's the place by Pops?
Chill out, bro. Well, we gotta cut this part. Anyways, I remember
what town is that? Luther? It's not Luther. It's Eufaula. No, What's by Pops, Mason? What's by Pop?
Bro, get your
Arcadia. We were by Lake Arcadia. I heard he's banned from there, bro. Yeah. Man, shout out Surfboard.
bro.
You set yourself up. Don't look at me. Mason, did he not set himself up?
You went too far, bro. All right, bro.
Because I didn't get any.
I
just got a text. Hey, Mason. I just got a text. An automated text. It's okay. Hey, but I'm not getting there. You know, I'm here for support.
Katie, go to the Warriors.
No, Katie, go to the Warriors. It's okay.
Bro,
What?
Bro,
Me?
you're never coming back on, bro. Never, bro.
I'm speaking for the whole friend
You're
group.
done.
I'm speaking for the whole friend group, bro. It's okay. We support you, though.
Bro. All right, man. As I was saying, you watch Rounders. It's a movie about poker. It's a world you don't necessarily understand. You watch Sandlot. It's a movie about baseball. And for a lot of people, like, baseball can either be boring or if you don't play baseball. And so there can be a disconnect. But I think what the Sandlot does really well is show that it's about baseball, but it's about friendship, you know? And so it's like, man, I think those are the underlining themes and meanings and like emotions I feel. And like, yeah, at the end where it's like, oh yeah, he went away. And it's like, oh dang, that's tough. And, you know, thankfully, like yesterday I watched the movie. But then also, like, yesterday night, like, I got to go see, like, all my friends and go bowling. And, like...
I wasn't there. Are we not friends?
You got invited.
I did.
What were you doing instead?
I was hanging out with my friend.
So you prioritize other friends over...
Yeah, this one I do.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No names. She didn't want to make an appearance earlier, so I guess she's sitting over there.
All right, we got to wrap this up before we say too much. First off, why would you say this movie is just so iconic? Like, why is it standing the test of time?
I would say it has a couple good one-liners.
Yeah,
for sure.
Good music too.
Yeah. She really liked the music. That's what she like. She likes music and stuff. That's what she kept talking about. She's like, this music is. She was feeling it.
Yeah.
And then like they kind of. I don't know the exact word. But it's whenever like you make merchandise for like a movie.
Yeah.
Like they made like you seen like the T-shirts.
Yeah, you Killing Me Smalls.
Those and like it kind of found its way into pop culture.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. I think that's where like if you hit that sweet spot, you can have some longevity.
Yeah.
But then also I think it really comes down to being able to connect with one of the characters.
Yeah.
Most people are connecting with Smalls. I guess you're connecting with Benny. I don't know how. But yeah, if you can find yourself within the movie, you can put yourself within the 9, you know, that friend group, then I think it has a spot for you.
Yeah.
Regardless, like you mentioned, regardless of if you like baseball.
Yeah. That's good. Would you change anything?
No, I think it was written pretty well.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have liked more character development on the blind dude. R.I.P.
James Earl Jones?
R.I.P. man.
Yeah, gone too soon.
Right. Maybe a little more character development about him. As far as like, I don't know, but I think it was just, that's about it though. Because like he had some, even though he's like a fictional character, like he didn't really play with Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
I think that would have been kind of cool. But other than that, no, I think it's a 10 out of 10 for me.
Sweet. Well, last question, then I'll get your closing thoughts. Is this movie underrated, perfectly rated, or overrated?
I'd say it's perfectly rated.
Okay.
I mean, it's a pretty popular movie, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't really know many people who maybe dislike it. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I think it's good where it's at.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say
probably like a top 10 fictional sports movie. I think you go top 10. You can put it
top 10 is. Honestly, I dare to say top 5.
Yeah, and that all just comes down to personal.
Yeah.
Personal opinion.
Well, sweet. Any closing thoughts for all the buddies out there? Any things you want to get off your chest before it's over?
Not really. I think I probably said more than enough.
You've said too much.
Hey, that's your fault. I I would say go see the movie. It's a good movie. Enjoy your friends. Support your friends, regardless if they support you or not, because eventually they're going to come back around and support you whenever you need them the most. Trying to think. Hop on the podcast. If you see this, comment on the YouTube. Get in here. Branden needs a guest.
Yeah.
I'll be back for sure. I don't know whenever he wants me to. But that's about it, though. Thank you. Yeah, big thank you for you, I guess.
Thank you.
You've always been a pretty good friend. Mason, you too. You've been back there.
Yeah.
Always keeping it real.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's about it. What about you? Got any final remarks?
Nah, man. This podcast, it frazzled me. Not gonna lie, it threw me off my game. But we're cool, bro. We're cool.
What do you set up on YouTube? Can you set up donations? You need to monetize this. How do we monetize?
All right, thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys
Venmo,
next week.
QR, throw the Venmo QR code up there. That's what you need to do.
We already got a sponsorship. We already got Swedish Fish paying us, Slurpee's paying us.
How much? I have not seen a check.
You'll get your royalty, depending on how well this episode does. Anyways, we are officially going to wrap this thing up before anything else is said. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next week on Box Office Buddies.
Yeah. Shout out Lamar Dillard. Chris Lamar. Shout out Chris Lamar.